In history's darkest corners, one name still inspires fear. On a stormy night in 1162, a boy named Temujin was born on the harsh Mongolian steppe. His early life wasn't about play or learning. It was about survival, a brutal lesson etched in blood from the very beginning. His childhood was a relentless struggle against the unforgiving landscape and the even more unforgiving politics of the nomadic tribes. Tragedy struck when he was just 9 years old. His father was poisoned, and his family was abandoned, left for dead by their own clan. Soon after, he was captured by a rival tribe, enslaved, and forced to wear a wooden collar. But the spirit of a conqueror cannot be caged. In a daring escape under the cover of darkness, he broke free from his chains and fled into the vast, lonely wilderness. It was there, alone against the world, that a young Temujin made a solemn vow: he would never serve anyone again. Instead, the world would serve him. That vow ignited a fire that would consume the known world. Temujin, now a young man, began his relentless rise. Through sheer force of will, unparalleled strategic genius, and countless brutal battles, he started to unite the fractured Mongol tribes. He was charismatic yet ruthless, forging alliances through marriage and diplomacy, but crushing his enemies without mercy when they stood in his way. One by one, the rival clans submitted to his authority. In 1206, the Mongol chieftains gathered and proclaimed him their supreme leader, the Khan of all Khans. The boy named Temujin was gone. Genghis Khan was born. With the Mongol tribes united under a single banner, Genghis Khan unleashed his armies upon the world. His conquests were swift, organized, and utterly merciless. The tales of his brutality spread like wildfire, often traveling faster than his legendary horsemen. Cities that resisted were razed to the ground, their populations annihilated. The psychological warfare was so effective that many powerful rulers and fortified cities would surrender without a single arrow being fired, choosing submission over the certainty of annihilation. He became known not just as a conqueror, but as the Lord of Fear. At its peak, his creation was the largest contiguous land empire the world has ever seen. It stretched from the shores of the Pacific Ocean all the way to the heart of Europe, connecting east and west like never before. But this empire was built on a mountain of skulls. Historians estimate that his campaigns were responsible for the deaths of as many as 40 million people, nearly 10% of the entire global population at the time. Yet, his legacy is also one of creation. He fathered so many children that modern genetic studies suggest that as many as 1 in every 100 people alive today might be his direct descendant. In the year 1227, during a campaign in Western Shia, the Great Khan's life came to an unceremonious end. He fell from his horse during a hunt and died from his injuries shortly after. Following his final command, his body was returned to Mongolia and buried in a secret, unmarked grave. To ensure the location remained a mystery forever, the soldiers of his funeral escort were executed, and those who executed them were also silenced. To this day, the final resting place of Genghis Khan remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries, lost to time, just as he wished. This was the story of Genghis Khan, the man who shaped the world through terror and conquest. For more of history's darkest tales, make sure to follow and subscribe. Thanks for watching.